Hello everyone, Ralphie0011 here. Today, by the time you are watching this video, Pan Mayhem has been officially released to the public, and is fully working and playable. In this video, we'll not only cover how to play the game and its controls, but also dive into the development process and share some exciting future plans. As always, I promise to remain transparent. I hope that by sharing the development process, you can come to an understanding of how the game was created in full detail, and that future generations of Roblox developers can eventually benefit by seeing what developing a Roblox game, or a video game in general, whatever you want to look at it, is like. Before we jump into the game details, I want to ask you to please share your thoughts, experiences, and suggestions in the comments below and on the Pan Mayhem socials. Your feedback is crucial in shaping the future of Pan Mayhem. But with that, let's get straight into the video. Firstly, it is important to clarify that all of the information in this video is accurate as of February 2024. Of course, this means that as time goes on, information may become outdated. Therefore, if you are watching this video at a later date, I encourage you to check out news from official sources. Firstly, let's cover Pan Mayhem itself and how to actually play the game. Currently, the game is a 1v1, meaning you can play against one other player, be it a friend or a random player. To create a match, you need to have... That was a motorcycle in the background, okay. So to create a match, you need to have two players in the game, and then one needs to invite the other to a match. Alright, so here I have my best friend, who you all may know as Super, and he's here to help me demonstrate the game. Super, if you want to say hello, I have him here right now.
Hello guys. I'm really excited for this game. Ralphie has been working a very long time on it, very hard. He's been on it basically like the whole day for like the past 3 months or something. So yeah, I'm glad it turned out pretty well.
Oh, thank you, bro. Alright, so now let's get this started. So, as you can see, now, if I send an invitation, so here when I send the invitation, you're gonna deny it, alright?
Okay.
Also, I have you on Discord on my, I have you on Discord so you can meet your Roblox mic, I believe.
Right.
Alright.
Okay, here.
So as you can see, if the player denies, well, they deny, pretty much, which is really sad because Super, I did not think you of all people would deny, which really hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry, Puppy.
It's okay. It's okay, Poppy. Anyway, it's okay, Pookie Bear. Anyways.
Am I a good boy?
Yeah, yes, you are. Alright. I love the fact this is gonna go on YouTube, anyway, and possibly other platforms. Anyways, if they accept, you'll get teleported to one of these random maps that are unoccupied. And as of today, there are two maps in the game: the snow and the forest map, and the Pan Simulator game. Although I'll cover more information on that later on in the video. The first player to get to 3 points wins the match. So, if I send you an invite, let's get into this. Let's get this started. Okay, he's accepted.
I accepted. Okay.
We're in the forest. Okay.
Okay. Super. Gifting them versus the creator of Pan Sim. Oh no.
If you win, I'm gonna be really upset.
My strategy, bro.
What are you doing?
Parkour.
No. Come here and fight me like a man. Ah, no. Take that. Stop parkouring. Yo, I'm about to remove that, bro. That's crazy.
No.
Oh, yes. Yes. Come here, Pookie Bear. I think I forgot to turn off collisions. Oh. No.
Isn't there like auto-click detector or no?
Yeah, don't auto-click. That's in the game.
Ah shit.
No. No. If you get to this, yes.
How close was I?
Pretty close. You were at orange. So as you can see here, it says I won a point. And let's start the next round.
Okay.
All right. I want you to approach me, Super. Just like how you approach me to be your
This is
opponent.
some Star Wars battle. Some Harry Potter duel.
I mentioned like later in the video that like I could have like made a separate PvP game, but I didn't. So yeah. Anyways, let me just.
I
Are
can't
we at the
battle
same
right now.
level
No, no.
of HP?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my God.
wait.
No. No.
Oh my god, no way. Guys, I won the creator of Ansem and Pan Mayhem. I am so good.
Which one do you
I'm gonna
honestly?
become the next
Out of those two games, because I don't think I've ever shown you like all. I can never probably show you all my projects, but out of those two, like Pan Simulator and Pan Mayhem, which one of these do you think is better? Like honest opinion.
To be honest, this game is probably more like I would play daily.
Dude, if I ever like introduce things, like I think I'm gonna cover more information on like plans later in the video. But
Stop.
no, I will not stop.
Okay.
Oh.
No, I mean, oh no, I mean, smashing. No.
Yay.
Alright. Wasn't it for like 5 minutes?
Yes, so I was actually about to cover that, but yes, there is a maximum time limit of 5 minutes, which I'll actually present
How are
you.
you max HP?
Oh, I'm max
No.
HP? Because I'm just that good. I ain't cheater, bro. I ain't a cheater.
Okay.
There we go. Yay, I win. I win. Bull crap, bro. I know you ain't lagging.
I like for like 2 seconds.
Alright. So I won the match. And that's essentially the whole gist of it. So as you can see, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. How crazy is that, bro?
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, so as you just saw, 1 point is granted per elimination. And the players go sit in the corner. You're in timeout. You're in timeout for your Instagram Reels comments. Now as you can see, so each player wait, what am I saying? Okay, the player who wins the match receives 100 coins. And after which the round ends and both players are teleported back into the lobby so they can join more rounds. To be honest, I could have us play another round, but I don't want to make the video too long. So we'll show some of the alternate scenarios currently. If at any point you guys want videos of Super and I dueling in Pan Mayhem, just let me know. So as Super did actually display in the previous clip, that was actually a GG's good round though. That's not the only way a match can end. So matches can also end if a player disconnects. So I'm gonna send you an invite over to my place. And yes. Anyways. Okay. We're back on the forest, but this time, Super, you're not welcome. I don't really like you and your little gold chain Nike shirt. I don't like it. So I'm gonna have you leave.
Oh man.
Wait, I think that's a bug. I gotta good opportunity to win it. But if any of you guys see bugs, please do let me know. And also about the 100 coins part, there is like 2 times coins to give you 200 if you want that. Although keep in mind I'm still adjusting Pan Mayhem's economy as it evolves. Alright, Super, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, Pookie Bear.
It's okay, Zaddy Wendy.
So, as Super indicated, the game can end if you reach a maximum time limit of 5 minutes. So I'm gonna invite you back over to my place, but I'm not gonna kick you out like last time. Yes, you're welcome. All right, we keep getting into the forest. Although I know it's not a bug, cause like it's a random chance. Like it's a randomized. All right, so we're just gonna. Okay, that's a bug. That's a bug. All right, cut. That's a bug. All right, everyone. I could not live with my own failure, so let's try this again. I promise that will be fixed. I absolutely promise. All right, so let's just let's start a match. So as Super was saying, yeah, the match can. We got back in the forest. Okay, this is a new server though, so like it's not like the snow is picked too. I double checked that before. Um, and in previous tests it worked perfectly. So yeah, the match can end after 5 minutes. So we're about to speed. We're gonna fast forward this to get to 5 minutes, and we're gonna end at. We're gonna come back at around what should we do? The 4 minutes and 30 seconds mark. All right. Alright, we're back. We're back. Alright. So, we're here as I'm gonna hit you for that. Come here. Alright, we're not gonna show any points because we're not gonna like kill each other. I'm not gonna kill you yet, but maybe one day. Oh, please no. Please no. Come here. Actually, come here. Come here, boy. I'm coming for you. Ooh, next time I find the time. 5 minutes. 5 of the minutes. Okay. Tongue twister. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so nobody got any points. Alright, everyone, so you'll see Super again in the conclusion. Don't worry, guys. Inside the lobby are various screens, which are color-coded based on the map. And you can view the 2 players in a match, view how much time has passed, and how many points each player has. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the development process. Pan Mayhem wasn't initially planned. The idea was created after PvP became a loved aspect in the Pan Simulator community, although I believe many were upset at being killed randomly. However, PvP was like a foundational piece for Pan Simulator, and it was actually used to resolve various conflicts within the community. Although I don't want to state any names, some of you Pan Simulator players probably know who they are.
The idea came about in summer 2023 when I thought, what if there was a specific location where Pan Simulator PvP could take place? I kept thinking about it on late nights, and I figured that if I really wanted to, I could separate this aspect from Pan Simulator to ease frustrations about being killed randomly outside of safe zones. And that would be nice to create something truly special for everyone. And so, Pan Mayhem was created on August 13th, 2023, originally being planned as a small side project. But as development continued, the game transformed into something really well developed, but we'll get into that soon. So now that you know how I got the idea, let's talk about some flaws that were made. The first is that I could have easily just created a brand new PvP game distinct from Pan Simulator entirely. And this would have allowed me to add weapons such as firearms or swords. Swords especially are loved by the Roblox community. However, this was not done, as the entire purpose was to give Pan Simulator community members a way to fight specifically. Although a majority of the community loved the PvP as mentioned, there are still members annoyed at the constant PvP in the simulator experience. Although I did later come to find out, that many players did want a separate game, but I used the feedback at the time to create what I assumed would be a surprise for the Pan Simulator community. This is why a separate game linked to Pan Simulator was created. It was not incorporated into the main game, as planning that out would be extremely complex. At that point, Pan Simulator basically becomes an everything bagel. And then it's no longer really a simulator. I may as well just call it Pan Game and call it a day, but we all know how that turns out. And also, I'm pretty sure nobody really wants everything to be incorporated into Pan Simulator at all. Although I can't say much, I did make a lot of plans for Pan Simulator for 2024 and beyond as long as the game continues, and plans in the future would make it a really awful experience if everything was inside just one game. So alas, once all of these decisions were made, development began. However, an extreme focus on school and exams, getting sick multiple times in the span of 2 months, and personal stress that I struggled with in my personal life ended up prolonging the game's development. This is why the game was delayed in both December and January to be released now on February 10th. And I'm terribly sorry for that. Now let's talk about the future. The game did go through a testing phase with specific people to fix bugs, but based on recent polls and feedback, there is a possibility that Pan Mayhem may eclipse the main Pan Simulator game and potentially other projects of mine. And if this happens, here's the general plan of action. I plan on separating the two games while keeping them under the same brand. This means that separate social media accounts, Discord servers, Roblox groups, and the like will be created exclusively for Pan Mayhem. However, this all depends on the performance of the game, and Pan Mayhem will be updated based on the demand so that I know what you, the player, wants. Of course, this plan is not really permanent. It could change, and this is why your feedback is crucial. And if you would like to submit feedback, there is a Google form in the description for those who want to. Again, although it may not be required, any sort of feedback means the absolute world to me. Before we conclude, I wanted to address something that may have stood out to you, and that is the usage of AI software in the game development process. AI is a pretty controversial topic, so I'm not going to go too in depth, as I already know I will get some hate for this. But for those who are possibly disgusted really by my actions, please listen to my side of the argument before you draw any conclusions on who I am as a person. Please be open-minded, please. I am a solo developer for the most part, and AI is a powerful tool. I was able to come up with an idea in my head and use AI to create the game's icon, as I'm inexperienced at GFX creation. It has also sped up the development process for this game. Being a solo developer who is young and still in high school, I'm currently 15 years old, I cannot afford to invest a bunch of time, money, and resources into a project that falls flat on its face, because you just never know these days. Now, this is a pretty debatable topic, so feel free to disagree. But in my personal opinion, AI, whether you may like it or not, or for or against it, is the future. In 2023 alone, we saw the massive impact AI had on the world across industries around the globe. And on November 30th, 2023, the 1-year anniversary of ChatGPT, which kickstarted this AI revolution, many, including myself, could not believe the impacts in only a single year. While 2023 was absolutely wild and in my own personal experience, one of, if not the most eventful year ever, it will definitely be nothing compared to 2024 and beyond. As of this recording, 2024 is already 10% complete, and we're already starting to see this come to fruition, so one can imagine the other 90% of the year and the years beyond 2024. This is why it's important to adapt to the changing landscape, and I encourage everyone watching to get familiar with AI and how it works in a basic sense, because a lot is still uncertain in its ability to potentially be used to replace creativity. Believe me, I'm not even ruling out the possibility that many developers like myself and content creators may eventually be replaced by AI. So let me make this clear. While I'm not trying to simp for AI, I personally believe it should be used alongside humans and not as a replacement. I want to emphasize that there will likely always be a need for human creations, and if Pan Mayhem achieves significant success, I'll consider hiring an artist or creating an icon myself without the use of AI, as I still want to support human artists. I understand many of your concerns surrounding AI usage, because I've been doing a lot of searching around the internet to find it, and to hear all arguments, but please keep in mind the various constraints that I and many other smaller developers face. While I am fortunate not to be in this situation, there are some developers out there whose entire livelihood is based on their Roblox creations. We don't have the resources of large corporations. I want to point out in the world of Roblox, especially game icons, many game icons look almost exactly the damn same. I'm pretty sure Creepcraft made several good videos on this topic. Pan Simulator's current icon is an attempt to look diverse and distinct from the common icons. And it was created by a dear friend of mine, GX02, for example. With all this being said, however, I would like to thank you all so much for watching this video. This is going to be the end of the video, and I appreciate your understanding on the various topics and your support for Pan Mayhem. I look forward to the journey ahead with all of you, and the future of Pan Mayhem will be driven by your feedback. Please keep the conversations respectful. I look forward to the exciting journey ahead with all of you. I'm Ralphie011, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out, and thank you.
So if you watched this far, thank you so much. But as promised, here's Super back. Super, feel free to speak, but please don't say anything that gets this video demonetized or even taken down, okay? Hello.
Hello. Okay, so green. Thank you.
Alright, everyone. Have a nice day.